Hi, folks. It's time for our first tidbit regarding baby Moses. This week's story has been about the Lord's beginning the story of the Exodus with baby Moses. And I wanted to call this video Paradise Under the Rod, because paradise, of course, was the Garden of Eden, which the Lord planted in Genesis chapter 1 and 2. And now we're in Egypt, hundreds of years later, and it's slavery. The Israelites have become slaves to the Egyptians, but there's still echoes of paradise going on here. I want to show you where that is. It's described when the people of Israel become great in the nation of Egypt. It's described in terms similar to what the Lord said to Adam and Eve in the beginning, right? So we have Exodus chapter 1, verse 7. The people of Israel were fruitful and increased greatly. They multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, and the land was filled with them. Just like the Lord told Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. Golly, he told Noah that same thing after the ark, but these same words are here. It's like you picture this people just being poured out throughout time into a greater and greater population and multitude. That's a good thing. A great number of people is a good thing in the Bible. And growth of families is a good and wonderful thing. So this is a picture of paradise. Now, it's part of the problem. It becomes part of the problem because they're multiplying in a world that is ruled by the devil. And in this case, the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh sees the growth of the population of the Israelites, and to him, they are foreigners, they don't belong, and they're beginning to outpace his own people's birth rate. So the demographics become a problem for him, and he says, we've got to do something about these people because they are, if they side with our enemies, they could overthrow us. Come, let's deal shrewdly with them and put them under the rod and cause them to work harshly under these conditions. So they did. They made them slaves, made them work ruthlessly in all kinds of work, making their lives bitter with mortar and brick and in the field. But there was one child born, and his name was going to be Moses, but he's not named Moses right away. And when his mother saw that he was good, she hid him because Pharaoh was genocidal at this point. And he's saying, take all the baby boys that are born of Israel and throw them into the Nile. And he gave authority to all of his officers and all of his citizens to do this. This is wicked stuff. This is evil, horrendous, social illness. But she sees that her child is good. And we hear paradise again. Because remember when the Lord was making heaven and earth, every day there was evening and there was morning, and the Lord saw that it was good. The Lord's purposes will continue throughout the genocides and throughout the wickedness of human community. Moses is going to become the savior of his people.